the service visits module can be accessed through the new VectorSurv interface as well as the old interface across the top of the green bar. So the module can be found within the main list of modules and data forms, or it can be found here on this left navigation bar. So let's go into the new service visit form. With all of these VectorSurv forms, you'll always note that there's this question mark here. If you click on that, it will open you up to the documentation that we have available for that specific data element. So this is the documentation for the service visit module. When we think about service visits, what we're trying to allow all of the VectorSurv users to do is record the work that you all might be doing in the field, whether or not it's related to VectorSurv mosquito or tick collections, and then the various pathogen testing or pesticide applications. There's many times where mosquito control districts or public health officials get asked to respond to a mosquito complaint or go check something out in the environment, and they don't end up doing doing any mosquito collections or doing any pesticide applications, but you might be giving out public educational materials, things like that. So we wanted to create a module where you all would be able to record those types of visits into the environment, into the communities that you all serve. So yeah, if you have any questions, again, after this training is complete, the documentation would be a great place to start. Okay, so the service visits form, there's gonna be some very basic fields about this this module. So the first thing is going to be asking you to give a name to the service visit. Um, so this is can you can determine a structure from within your own agency. If you have a mosquito complaints numbering system or ordering system already, you could use that as the name. Maybe it's a specific address that you wanted to respond to. Um, you could use that as the service visit name. Really, it's supposed to be kind of open-ended so that you all, as the local mosquito control or public health agencies, can kind of name these service visits in a way that's useful to you. So I'm just going to name this service visit as a training. The next question is about who is responding to this specific service visit. I'm just going to put myself in here. We have a Boolean field here, so like a checkbox for yes or no about whether or not you need to flag this visit. If there was like a specific concern or question about that specific service visit that might need additional attention from either like a supervisor, or you might want to circle back to this field later. You can flag the service visit, and it will show a flag when you see it in the various data views that I'll be showing later. So the visit date. So for this specific training, I'm going to create one in June. The next question is asking about what time did you actually visit the location for your response. So I'm just going to say that we went out there at noon, and we were out there for an hour. So let's say we were there until 1. Yeah, so that's the background information about the service visit that we're visiting. The next piece of information is about where exactly did you conduct the service visit. So you can enter this information in a couple of different ways. You can type in the latitude, longitude information if you have that on hand. You can search for you can search the address here, and then it will pull up the specific pinpoint location there on the map for you. Or you can select a marker on the map, and it will automatically pull over the latitude, longitude information for you. So I'm going to set this again, by the football field that we were referencing earlier. So I'm going to say that maybe the university called us and they said, hey, we have a mosquito problem by the UC Davis football stadium, and we're wondering if you all could come out in response to see what the issue might be, maybe do some collections if necessary, or maybe apply pesticides if you need to. One thing that might help you here is you can also switch to a satellite view, pulling over the images from things like Google Maps or Open Mapbox to get the specific images, and this might help you determine like, okay, this is actually where we went. Um, yeah, so that would be how you would create a service visit in the system. So let's save this. And I'm going to first view the record in our table format. So here's the table format. Here you can see some of the records that have flags. So let's say it was initially created, you went out into the field and you decided, oh, there was actually an issue with this specific service visit. I want to put a flag on it. And then we're going to update the record, go back to that list, and now you'll see that there's a little red flag there indicating that, hey, in the future, maybe we need to go back to this location or this service visit, the work for it isn't quite complete. Okay, so now that you have the service visit created, once you have it saved, you're going to be able to link then relevant work that was conducted at the service visit to this service visit record. That data includes your arthropod collections. So if you're putting a trap out in response to this mosquito complaint, or if you're doing a pesticide application in response to this mosquito complaint. You'll see that there's a couple of new options here on the form to show pesticide application records and mosquito collection records within a certain number of days from this service visit. So I'm going to first, let's show the collection records. So this is taking the data that you've already entered into VectorSurv related to your arthropod collection. So maybe you have another process that helps you enter in your mosquito collections. This is going to show you all of the mosquito collections within a given geographic region that occurred within 1 day of the service visit date. So here we have the service visit that we did, and then there was also a mosquito collection done here, and you'll note that it was on the 18th, which was the same day as our site visit. So if this work is related to the service visit, you're going to be able to link that collection then to the service visit, saying, we got this complaint for to go out and inspect the property. We went out and we looked around and we saw, oh, maybe this is the source of the mosquito problem. So we set up a gravid trap here. So this collection effort is related to the service visit itself. You're going to be able then to link the service visit to these collection records. So, all right, we got this mosquito complaint. Now we did this collection record in association with it. So you're able to link it here by clicking on this little mosquito icon and clicking link here. But you're also able to link by scrolling down here and linking the collection here, which is going to bring up a list of all of the mosquito collection records that occurred there, similar to what's shown on the map, but with a little bit more information so that you know exactly which records you're linking. So let's link it via the map. And now you'll see that the color has changed from like a brown or reddish color to the blue that matches the service visit. That's kind of a visual indication to let you know this collection is now linked to this service visit. All right, let's say that there was another trap record, though, that you're not seeing on the map here. So you know there was another collection record done in association with this service visit, but it's not showing up on the map here. Maybe that data hasn't been entered yet. If you scroll to the bottom here, you're going to be able to create a collection record. So this is just going to open a new form to the arthropod collection record. So you'll be able to add that specific information, save it, and then go back to that particular service visit and link the collection record to the service visit. There's also a quick add here where you can add just select trap types. So we have a trap type that's called an inspection. So that would be, obviously related to these types of service visits, where maybe you were able to visually identify specific mosquitoes in the field without setting up a trap here. So you can also quick add these inspection records to the system. All right, now that you have your collections recorded, maybe you also did pesticide applications in response to this service visit. So here you're again going to be able to filter the service visits within this given days, and it'll show on the map. So this visual indication is letting you know that there's one application within range of this service visit. So we do give you quite a wide buffer to be able to link your pesticide applications to your service visits. So here's a pesticide application that we have in the system that was done within 1 day of this service visit. As you can see, it's kind of far away. It's not super related to the work that we were doing related to the service visit, so we're probably not going to be linking that specific pesticide record. Again, if you wanted to see the full list of all of the pesticide records, so here's that collection record again, and then here are all of the pesticide records just with some additional information if you need to like verify am I linking the right pesticide record, pesticide application record to this service visit. From within the form, though, you're also able to quick add pesticide applications to link to the service visit form. So here again is very similar to the other pesticide form that I was going over earlier in the training. This will be the list of all of the sources that this agency has created, or you can do a one-time source. So this would be like using the zero site source, saying like, okay, we're doing this pesticide application, but we don't really intend on making this a long-term application location. So we're just going to do a one-off pesticide application here. So we did the collection over here. Maybe again, it's this body of water that is the problem. So you can drop a pin here, depending on what type of pesticide application you're doing. You can draw a line, a square, or you can draw a custom polygon that might better match like this water source that's a little bit oblong shaped. So again, you can specify what type of pesticide application you're doing here. So let's just say we're doing a larvicide. Let's say that my boss, Chris Barker, is the one that's actually doing the application. He's doing a hand application of a mosquito fish. Let's just use that again as it's kind of the easiest example we can give here. And it'll automatically pull over the start and end dates from the inspection information that you had previously entered. So what was the quantity of the mix that you're putting out into the environment, and then what's the area that's being treated? So now you'll see when we go back to the map, when you have the toggle on for show applications, here is a new pesticide application that was done. If you click on it, it'll bring up some specific information about what was applied, and it'll show that it is now linked, and it'll give you the option to unlink as well. We have for this one service visit a linked collection record. So here's a trap that was put into the environment in response to that complaint. And here's a pesticide application that was also done in response to this mosquito complaint.